Yes, it's certainly heating up. There's almost like there's so many things that are starting to come out of the woodwork that you wonder, are Facebook really on top of this? What else is going to happen? And certainly in a regime where with the general data protection regulation in Europe, it's an environment where anything like this starts to get pretty serious pretty quick. It raises some really interesting governance challenges as well for Facebook, which I think it has a huge opportunity to deal with and get ahead of.
You know, but it's amazing because as you note, as you've noted to your clients, Facebook has relatively come out of this initial round unscathed. In fact, the stock is off a little bit, but still well above where it was a couple of months ago. Why do you think that's the case?
Well, I think they've played a kind of traditional corporate game. Actually, you come out, you say sorry, you implement some changes, and you tell everybody about it, and then you hope that the next quarter's results are going to bear it out. And so far, so good. Yes, they have managed it pretty well, but it has been very staged. It feels like there's a gap somewhere because the results can only go on for so long, and there obviously are signs of Facebook kind of going over the hill a little bit in some of the more developed markets. So I wonder if it's actually time to think about this on a much more global scale, because this is not just a traditional corporate institution here. We're dealing with something on a very global scale, actually, with something that has something to do with millions, billions, actually, of people's data.
Well, they've got, I don't know how they're doing it there. They've got a charm offensive here. They've got a series of TV commercials. They're first, basically like promoting and sharing. But John, here's the thing. The sort of the gist of the FT's top story this morning is that the Germans believe that if you're a phone company, you've got all these regulations, but if you're Facebook, you don't have to. And their argument is that consumers don't differentiate anymore between a traditional, like a phone company and an online company like Facebook. Do you think ultimately the Googles and the Facebooks of the world are going to be regulated like a British Telecom was 5 years, 10 years ago?
Yeah, look, I totally agree. We've gone beyond the stage of talking about terms and conditions and so on. Regulation, I think, is going to happen. I think I'm an optimist here, so I think Facebook's opportunity is to almost define what that regulatory regime could look like and start to prototype it ahead of the regulators getting in there, because that's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of time, and it's going to be pretty difficult.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.